Have you ever joined a community on social media hoping for truth, connection, honesty, integrity, just real support? Just to find a group of individuals that are more concerned with protecting feelings versus telling the unadulterated truth. Well, today we're going to talk about it. And I have my iPad here. I've been taking a lot of notes. I'm kind of back in teacher mode here on the channel. And community seems to be one of those things that I really want to talk about today. So we're going to just pull back the covers and rip down the shades and tear out the curtains. And we're going to talk about this lie behind community, especially online community. See, I really thought that community spaces would be loving and supportive and truth places where you can really truly be yourself. But once inside, you find that they're more like echo chambers where there's a lot of coddling going on. There's a lot of enabling going on. There's a lot of protection of egos happening as well. And so all of these things happen to be done at the cost of truth. So today I want to talk about it in a unique way. And at any point you find yourself in this situation, leave me your feedback below. I would love to hear from it because a lot of people feel like they've been shut down in these so-called communities and they can't speak freely and they can't be honest. And so even I've heard people say they've been told by others that you need to learn how to respect your elders, and the whole time the elders may possibly be disrespecting the ones they're telling these things to. So today we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have an honest conversation about it, and hopefully this doesn't apply to you, but if it does, leave me your comments below and let's get into this thing. Because I'm really questioning if communities are all lies and is something more on the dark side of it versus what we think. So let's just get into this conversation. Community is a buzzword, if you will. And I wrote down some notes here. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notepads. I took a little time to write some things out here. And so I said, hey, let's just talk about it. Let's just have a casual conversation about this thing, shall we? So, community being as it is, we're told all the time. I know I have been, find your tribe, find your people. But while you're doing that, a lot of people seem to flock to social media in order to conquer this thing called community or be a part of a community, shall I say. And social media makes it easy to do that. You find the right set of people, you're instantly placed into a community. But here's one thing I know: being a part of a social community can be very easy. It's easy to get in there. But sometimes with ease comes a price. What that price is, only you will know. You see, many people enter these social media spaces called community because they're craving support. They're craving growth. They're craving one thing or another. But they end up in a place where everything is curated a certain way. You can't say certain things. It's almost like they're having fragile conversations versus real conversations. And so it places people in an awkward, very interesting position. But here is something I want you to think about. What happens when community becomes less about growth and more about group think? And if you're not familiar with the term group think, this is where everybody in this group can only think one way because the person at the top says so. Group think. So what happens then? A lot of these communities have become echo chambers, and emotional coddling typically happens within them. Allow me to explain. Many groups avoid hard truths. Why? In favor of comfort. They want everyone to be comfortable. They want you to be yourself, but don't get too deep into your truth. Yeah, expand your wings, but be careful. Don't step on anybody's toes, even if this is the truth. So it places people into this area of emotional comfort. Let me give you an example. People discouraged in these types of communities, they are discouraged from sharing their critical thoughts. They're refrained from giving critical feedback on anything, and they want you to avoid hurting the feelings of other people. You see, conflict in these types of situations and places is seen as negativity. Yeah, instead of a portion or a pathway to growth, they see it negatively. And the result of doing this happens to be people staying stuck, people being misinformed and emotionally underdeveloped. They just don't know how to handle conflict because they've been coddled in these communities for so long. So here's a quote for you. Here's something that I heard another content creator say a long, long time ago. And today, as I was preparing for this video, I kind of wrote it down really quickly. And it says, a community that fears truth can never produce transformation. So look around the community in which you roam. Do you see transformation? Do you see a lot of coddling? What is it that you see? And then ask yourself, could this be the reason why you feel stuck? Could this be the reason why you feel confused? Just something to think about. I believe in today's society, we have a strong imbalance when it comes to respect. That's right. When it comes to respect, when it comes to honor, believe there's this imbalance that's taking place. And let me explain. The way I was raised by my wisdom keepers, to include my grandparents as well as my mother and the people of my home church, I was raised that you do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And the Bible agrees with that particular statement. Now, here's the thing that I'm seeing. A lot of people think because of age, because of position, maybe at work, or because of social media status, meaning they have so many subscribers, followers, you name it, their numbers are high, that they can talk to people that they deem below them, they deem younger than them, any old type of way. Problem with that, it goes against the golden rule of treating others how you want them to treat you. So if you think because of whatever position or age you find yourself in, that means you can just be completely disrespectful to other people. Well, my friends, you are sadly mistaken, and you're positioning yourself to be in a room of a rude awakening. So let me go further. You see, just because you are of a certain age does not mean that you are entitled to anything, to be quite honest with you. Because some people believe that the youth, those that they deem are younger than them, let's say you're 85 and you are around people that's in their 40s, you think because of your age, you are automatically entitled to be respected by those people. But the truth of the matter is, you can't be disrespectful because of your age or position and expect the people that are younger than you to continue to uphold respect towards you. In this day and age, you are positioning yourself not only to be disrespected by the ones you're being disrespectful to, but there is a negative connotation associated with that. You see, in healthy spaces such as positive and realistic online communities, respect is mutual. There is no hierarchy when it comes to respect. Just because you're 90 does not mean you have the authority to disrespect everyone that's younger than you. You see, respect goes not only from south, meaning the youngest generation, north to the elders of generations, but it should also flow from the eldest generation to the youngest generation. The same thing with honor. Just because you may be in a pulpit doesn't mean that you get the position and the power to disrespect the people in the pew. So please be mindful when it comes to respect and how you think about respect. And I wrote a note down here. I said, if we truly want authentic, truthful communities, we must start with issuing mutual respect, regardless of your age, regardless of your status, regardless of your economic position. Respect has to be mutual. There seems to be this fake unity thing that's happening in communities as well. Because the truth of the matter is not even about unity anymore. It almost seems as though it's about control. Allow me to elaborate on that a little further. I wrote down here the illusion of unity is used to silence disagreements. You see, those that have disagreements are labeled as troublemakers. They're labeled as not a good fit for whatever people are doing. And it's not that they're coming in being disruptors, they're just coming in with their own level of truth. I already know this video here is going to ruffle certain people's feathers because of what I've already said. But hang on, I haven't even got started yet. I'm definitely not finished. So if you're ruffled already, you might want to just leave now because it's only going to get deeper and thicker from here on out. You see, leaders in communities often prioritize control over conversations. Let that sink in. Have you ever had to try to have a conversation with someone, and because maybe your line of thoughts about something was completely in disagreement to what their line of thought what that thing was, and they saw you as a person that caused dissension, they saw you as a person that was disrespectful, they saw you just in a negative light when all you wanted to do was just have a real conversation? Yeah. You see, community rules like that, where you can't even be yourself, you can't speak freely, you have to just be a yes, sir, and no, sir, yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am person. You can't express your own individuality or your own individual thoughts. Community rules like this and community places like this, they suppress diversity. Mm-hmm. The diversity of thought, to be exact. They suppress you from thinking on your own 2 feet. They want you to be a part of the get along, go along gang. And in this day and age, with information right literally at your fingertips, you can't afford to do that. Because then you'll no longer be you, you'll be them. Just something to think about. So here's something I want you all who have heard this video so far. I want you to think long and hard about your community. Are you in a community that's doing any of the things I've already mentioned? Are they trying to stifle your voice? Do you feel like you can't fully express yourself? Do you feel as though the community that you're a part of isn't uplifting you? They're kind of holding you down or pushing you back, and they're only shining the light on certain people, the ones that are there, like minded people. And because you are a free thinker, because you do things out of the box, and because you're not afraid to speak your mind, they're trying to stifle you. They're trying to push you further and further away from what you have the God given right to do and to say? Are you in a community that makes you feel like you're being manipulated to think and do like them because of their age or their self proclaimed position? I want you to really take a look at your community, and I want you to stop being silent. I want you to say whatever you feel you need to say, because maybe it's your time now to speak your real truth. and do it without sugar. You do it unadulteratedly. You tell the unadulterated truth. You have been positioned now to stop being coddled and speak your truth. If you're in a community that's making you feel like you just don't belong, maybe they're right. Maybe it's truly time for you to step out on faith and do what God has called you to do. I'm the Educated Natural. I want to thank you for enjoying this video and this time with me. For I understand you could be anywhere. I would encourage you to become a part of the family here if you like truthful videos as you just heard by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a like and leave us a comment below and give us your thoughts on this thing called community. Also, if you ever want to reach out to me, feel free to visit my website at www.theeducatednatural.com. If you would like to join the membership, you don't join it here on YouTube or on any social media platform. Go to my website and click the membership link at the very top, and you will see all the details about the membership. We would love to have you. And trust me, that membership, we don't coddle, we tell the unadulterated truth. I'll see you guys in my next video. Be blessed.